Thank you for coming, everyone. Anybody hear me well? Okay. Okay, I am a game UI/UX designer, as they mentioned before, and today we will talk about user interface designer, who this person is, and what is user experience designer for the games, especially. Maybe someone knows what game user interface is, and maybe someone works in this industry. Who works in related sphere here? Who know what game user interface is? Please raise a hand. Okay, just asking. Who is the artist here? Okay, and others, developers? Game designers. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And this is the agenda for today's event. Actually, I will talk about myself a little bit, about my way, maybe someone interested in, and about the latest project which released in this team in early access, and why user interface is cool, and my context, and the treasure chest in the end of the presentation. Okay, who am I? I am game UX designer with 3 years experience, and what I like actually is to help players, to help them engage the game, and because game is actually like a movie, but you are the main character there. You just need to do a lot of the things, and sometimes gamers frustrated a lot of the things. For example, they can't reach some objectives, they can't reach the goal, and the game actually don't go well. And some of the game studios closed about it. Some of the studios can't reach the financial activities for it. That's why there is the game user experience designer. Okay, my way. My way started from the 2020, in the COVID phase, after my master's degree in the petroleum. Yes, I don't have any degree in art area or in the computer science or game developer. I am just a petroleum engineer in my background, and I just did some of the graphical activity for Azerbaijan youth organization in Russia. Maybe someone knows, it's called Amor, and I did some of the graphics things there. I liked it, and I was like a PR manager and marketing manager there, and I decided to do things for engaging youth people, for engaging their activities. After that, I come to Kazakhstan. I'm originally from Kazakhstan. That's why I don't speak any Azerbaijani, but I am Azerbaijani. And I started from the scratch. I started from the visual design, from the packages design, from the graphic design in a nutshell. And then I realized that I need to do some more, and I need to do some global things. That's why I started learning user interface in Coursera. Maybe someone knows. It's the Google user experience certificates, it's something else. And I started thinking that games is something great, but there is a lot of the obstacles there, because game studios, like for example AAA companies, very closed for sharing the information. There are a lot of the UI and UX information from Google. That's why a lot of the UI UX designers knows only web, only apps design, but there are so many vacancies for user designers in game industry. And I started to search in the companies which is related to game development and something and I found the company in Russia which creating the NFT-based games. Maybe someone knows, but 2 years ago NFT was in a high and peak. Every company wants to do and develop every NFT game to earn money, to engage people. The most they earn money, and I started there, and there were a lot of UI things. And after that, I started thinking about why I don't go to Azerbaijan and start my career here. And I found a company. It calls Dynamic Box, maybe someone know, and started to work there as a user experience and user interface designer there for 1 year, and learned a lot of things there. Now I am working as a freelancer for Europe companies, India, Asian companies, and now I'm here to share my experience with you all. Okay, this is the latest game which I was like an art director, like user experience and user interface design. You can scan the QR here and see the Behance project about this game, because company actually allowed me to share the information about the whole project, because there was a lot of the things I did, and the company wanted to actually share with the youth people, with a lot of the people, how the project goes and how it's from where it started. Okay, what is the pipeline of the game? I did some project in Behance, like everyone, and actually this was the start from 1 second. Developer of the company found me on Behance and just sent me the offer about what the game is about, what this company wants to work with, and the developer actually very liked the style which I was working. It's action RPG, and I just wanted to work in the sphere, not NFT-based sphere, but in the mid-core projects for the RPG. And after that, I defined the stages, I defined the pipeline, and we started working together. This is the screens of user interface of the game, and you can see actually there is a lot of UI, not only HUD information, but there is a lot of the things which is related to inventory, where you can see you can recruit the warrior, you can actually equip and and sell, because warriors in this game actually not only for how to say serve the king, but you can just borrow someone and kidnap someone from the prison, because this is the ancient sphere, and you can do whatever you want to do. And while you're kidnapping someone from the nearest prison, you can just manage your slaves there and build your own empire there. This game is allowed in early access in Steam. If you want to check it, you can check. Yes, this should be the GIF. Okay, no GIF. Design thinking. Actually, from where I started. I started from the, this is the Unreal Engine. And the founder actually decided to do things from the wireframes, and he created these blueprints from the scratch by his own, and just needed to redesign it and do it with the UX design things to engage players more. I just found the pain points. It's here, 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 and here. For example, you can see, maybe you noticed if you play for RPG games, actually, the HUD or the zone, the sphere, for example, in the window here, is always overwhelming player. You can't just focus on what you want to do. For example, this is the inventory window. But you won't just equip something or just craft something. You should do it fast because someone can kill you there. And why we need this area here? Why we need this area here? I asked it about my developer, and he just answered me, do what you want to do with it, and we can just try it, we can just test it. And after that, I did this. Look cool, I think. Yeah, this is the only one thing. It's CTA, maybe someone knows. When you go to the window, you should, for example, equip something, craft something, or buy something. You can just here only craft. You can check your resources here, you can check your inventory here, and you read about everything, about your item you want to craft. It's like an infographic. You can check everything at a glance. You go to the window, you now understand where you are. You shouldn't read carefully. It's just at a glance. And here, description. It's for it's like design document for developers, for game designers, and for stakeholders. What the things I did to how to say? It's like to manage the changes. To just, for example, you can see it's beautiful, but why it's beautiful, why it's okay, you can't answer for this question. That's why we need to do the design document with a lot of the comments here. UI is great, but what is UX about? UX actually, you can see this is the menu structure. Maybe you know from the university, from everything. You can just to do something in global, you should write some notes about it. And it's like a map of the player. For example, to go to the game, you should tap this button, and then you can go through the game. And as a UI UX designer, I just need to make this way easier and make this way very engaged for player, and just want to manage them. This is the block diagram. Maybe developers knows what this is. Someone knows? Someone is, how to say, see this in his projects? Okay, block diagrams is special for developers. Because when you see the project for the artist, it's you can just send the wireframes, and artists can just paint the UI and everything. But for developers, sometimes it's not. They don't understand what is going on with this button, for example, and we just need to how to define the way for inventory mode, for example, for crafting mode, not only with this. This is the screens, but this is the user flow, player flow. For example, to tap this, you can just activate some states for the development phase. This is the available states, locked states, and everything. And just allow player do what player want to do. This is the UI part. Actually, user interface designer, not only the artists, but sometimes it's the user interface designer. Define the whole visual style of the game. How this font will, how this font will be looking in the game. What this font is has the family, for example. Because sometimes when artists only define the font, they forgot about some things about aliasing. A lot of the fonts in the game, sometimes with the different resolutions, has distortions. And that's why user interface designer need to work closely with UI artists and artists in the same way. This is the colors, and this is the icons. Icons are actually the thing which is near to game UI artists. Sometimes in the company artists create the icon, sometimes in the company designers creates the icon. In this case, actually, I created all of the things by myself. This is the great phase, maybe game designers knows, because sometimes game user interfaces and UX designers do these things for the stakeholders, for manage the project, for someone who just want to understand, for the investors mostly, and for the developers. Here you can see the tree, how the game UI breakdown look like. And after that, this tree will transfer to Confluence or Google document. And you just need to manage all of the things. For example, this icon should be handover or should be in the 3 different resolutions for someone to implement, and etc., etc. And you just need to write down everything for developers and for everything for the project. This is the thing I made like to engage the stakeholders. This is the active GIF. Actually, this should be GIF, but I'm not sure.
Maybe because of PDF.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, there. When you press this button, actually there will be different tab here. For example, when you can compare the weapons. For example, you have the weapon, but you just need to use new one or create the new one, and just need to manage how this weapon is better or not. For example, you can see the DPS of this weapon is more than the DPS we have equipped. That's why we need to equip it. It's for console game. Yeah, and what the purpose of user interface designers? And create a great HUD, create great icons, create great font, and the story of the game design, and transfer the narrative into the great movie. And we need to communicate to players through the narratives, through the story, and make the whole game story in real life, because we are not the real persons while we playing. That's why we need to do stunning UI and stunning things. Do not getting on nerves to the player. And why you should make game interfaces? Because someone of you has a different backgrounds. For example, if you are engineer, you shouldn't learn the art. You just need to create these things. For example, you can see there is no such difficult stages for the artists, for the art side, but it's very difficult to understand for the first glance if you don't have some engineering or military degree in it. If you are a photographer and you want to just transfer to game interfaces, why not? This the thing how the player, how the character will look like, because sometimes in the games this face not such attractive, but here in Diablo you can see it's like a real man, and you just need to photograph him. If you are an artist, you can create the stunning UI. You can see the shades, you can see a lot of the icons there, you can see the whole user interface designer has the elements like it's the art, like this is the picture. And you will never get bored. Here are my contacts and some materials. You can scan and go to the Google document, Google Drive, and there are a lot of the books, a lot of the materials for just learning from the scratch what the game is about. There are a lot of the materials from Celia Hodent, maybe someone knows. This is the greatest user experience designer who was working in Fortnite, in Ubisoft, and she wrote a lot of books and study materials for developers, for game designers, and for user interface designers. That's it from me. And